All right, great. Well, hey, thanks for having me, everybody. Appreciate your time, and we'll jump in here in just a second and show you about this Zocks and Claude MCP connection. Give me a second here. It's the first time sharing on Microsoft Teams, so it might fight me a little bit here. Go. Okay. All right. I think you should be seeing my screen momentarily, and we should be get going. I think I've sent a request. All right. So I'm going to hop over into Zocks, as Bethany mentioned here. You can see here that we're on the integrations page, and specifically here, what I want to call out is what Bethany mentioned here. We can see Claude right here. If you're not seeing that, that does mean that, again, the admin of your account would need to enable Claude to be used across the entire sub-account system. So basically the collection of your firm. It's pretty simple when the admin is on this page. They'll see it. You wouldn't if you're not the admin, but when they hit manage, there's an option to just turn it on for everybody. It's pretty simple to set up. But once we have that enabled, we're actually not going to enable it from inside of Zocks. What we're actually going to do is head over to Claude, as you'll see here, and then we can click on our settings, and we're actually going to connect it from inside the connectors, which is actually now moved to customize. So we come into customize, search for Zocks. Once we click that, we're able to connect it, and it's all done through a single sign-on. So it's really simple to get set up and to be able to start using. What that's going to do is create that connection between Zocks and Claude so that you can essentially use Zocks as a database of information. So if you're familiar with Zocks or not familiar with Zocks, AI note taking, right? We're taking those notes, we're creating these meeting summaries and allowing you to push these out to other platforms. Now you'll actually have access to all of that information from inside of Claude as well. And so the great part about that is you've essentially created your own database of information about your clients and everything that you know about them, and that's all now accessible inside of Claude. So just like how earlier I happened to jump in and we saw, I believe it was Bree was showing off a pretty neat dashboard that was created through Claude. You can now utilize those same sort of abilities with all of the information about your clients that's captured through Zocks. So specifically here, I've got a few different options that I'll show you here. So we've got some outstanding tasks. So this is a command that we wrote up that was show me a list of all outstanding tasks inside of the Zocks platform. And it went through and actually scanned through every single one of the client meetings that we've had, looked for those tasks that are generated and the ones that haven't been marked as complete. And we're able to see that, specifically for Sarah Thompson here, we've actually got quite a few outstanding tasks, as well as for Michael and Jennifer here. I've got a couple of outstanding tasks. So this is a great way to kind of quickly, maybe at the beginning of your day, scan and make sure that you don't have anything outstanding that you're looking to complete, as well as, be able to ensure that you're working through everything before meetings are appearing. Now we've also got right here, I've got another option, which is we like to talk about the visuals that can be created with Claude, and that's one of the things that Anthropic does really, really well is creating those visuals, just like you saw with that, sort of dashboard created in HTML, so it's running across the whole website and interactive. We were also to create a mind map, so specifically about our clients, Jennifer and Michael Williams. We have a comprehensive data set and mind map to tell us information all about these clients. So you can see there's a lot of cool things that you can do as far as the visuals and utilizing this information. I always highly recommend get that MCP connected. And one of the best parts is we've actually pre-built about 7 different options for you to use. So here we can see that we've got a brand new chat with Claude. And what we can do now that we have Zocks connected is click on this plus, head over to connectors, and hit add from Zocks. And we can see now there's a list of about 7 different options available. We've got tax opportunities, evaluate the last meeting, client motivators, etc. If we wanted to click on this, let's say the evaluate last meetings, it's going to ask us for the client's name, so we can input that. Let's say Jennifer Williams. And then it says, how would you like this output? What type? Do we want an HTML report? Do we want a PDF? Let's just say we want a PDF. We hit add prompt. And then that's going to add in what we've pre-built here, which we can click on and actually view, which is a full prompt to the AI, giving it all of the instructions. Again, we've all pre-built these, and it's just awaiting who is the client and what type of output do we want. And then we just hit send, and that's going to be off to the races, and Claude's going to go ahead and start running through that prompt and generating all of the data that we're looking for. Now, while that's running, I want to hop back over into the browser here and take a look at this other tab that I have open, which is our Zocks MCP server Help Center. So if you're curious to learn more about what can you do, how do you get this connected, anything like that, just go to help.zocks.io. That'll go to our help article, and we've got an entire section dedicated to this MCP server. So we've got everything from just how does it work to our Claude data privacy, as well as how to connect that Claude account to Zocks as well. So that is a quick run through. I know we were short on time for being able to show this off, and I wanted to leave time for any questions if there was. But go ahead and let me know what you think. If you have questions, feel free to chat. I think this is an open forum. It kind of seemed like that. Brian, I don't want to step on your toes.
Yeah,
But
no.
questions...
Any questions at all? Any questions at all for the Zocks folks here? Well, I hope you can all see that.
Let me ask a question really quickly. Hi. In terms of the tasks, where are you pulling the tasks from? Are you pulling them from Zocks, or are you pulling the tasks from Salesforce?
So specifically, it's pulling from Zocks. There is depending on, I'll have to take a step back here so I don't step on my own toes. Depending on how your system is set up, those tasks can be synced across each other, so they would be up to date on both ends. Specifically, what I was demonstrating was pulling directly from Zocks, since that's where our MCP connection is being created. If you also have Salesforce connected to your Claude environment, you could request that it checks both and then doesn't display any duplicates. I've worked with a couple of firms that have done that, and it's worked out pretty well.
Yeah, globally, for all the Zocks users that are on this call, we have it connected to Salesforce. So yeah, if we do decide to take the next step, which a couple of advisors have put in requests to have Claude connected through Zocks, we would want to add that additional functionality. That's the only question I had. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions? I will say this, you cannot connect, if you connect, at least at this point in this stage of the game, if you connect Zocks to your personal Claude account or whatever free account or whatever it is that you're doing out there, you will be in violation. It has to be connected to the Fiduciary Alliance. If you want Claude and you want to use it here safely at work, we have a enterprise thing here. You just get on the plan with us. You can, and then you have your access to your own thing in terms of what you do. Okay. So that being said, just keep that in mind, please. Thank you, Bethany. Thank you, Alex, for your time today. We value and appreciate our Zocks partnership, and thank you for being on the call.
Thanks all.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
Bye.